and they say come in, and then you see them getting kicked out the other side with their wallet missing.
You made recordings on the laptop of your jam sessions. Can you remember when listening back your recordings for the first time, what was mutual reaction?
It sounded pretty good. It was like, I think because we played together for 2 years so solidly, to then just get a pretty decent, it's like, yeah, that works. To get a good sound out of a laptop, just single speaker, miking it up that way, and it was like, all right, that works. If we went into a studio, it would sound 20 times better, but it already works. So.
Yeah, it was a great little room. You could hear, everyone could hear everything very clearly. It was very small, very dead room, so the natural balance just sounded right. I think Revenge was maybe one of the first songs of the first days as well, right? And that came out and immediately you hear it, it's like, yeah, that's going to be a song.
Because when we make the step from that recordings to how it originally came out of the album, what is throughout this process? Yeah, of course the sound is improved, but did the songs develop still a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say mainly sonically. I think they definitely kept on being pushed sonically. We kept on trying to get more space in places, more atmosphere. I think there's a lot more atmosphere on this record than the last two, and that was definitely a thing that happened kind of maybe more in the studio than in the writing process, because that's to do maybe more engineering and really listening back and having that sort of perspective where you can hear where you want it to go sonically more.
You worked in the studio, if I'm correct?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Are you very much involved in how it's engineered and
No,
mixed?
not at all. I mean, someone like Paul Corkett, you don't need to second guess really what he's doing. He's a brilliant engineer.
Sometimes you just say, turn it up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'd be like, maybe turn that bit up.
But make it not too loud, but like turn it up a lot.
No, I love kind of being a fly on the wall watching him. I'm still interested in what he's doing, but...
Did you have to interfere one time, maybe?
A couple of times.
Maybe a few times.
Yeah, sometimes he goes into a weird space, and then you come out and you're like, have you turned all the vocals down a lot? Just turn them up.
Sometimes he tries to put chorus on the guitar because he loved the cue and worked the cue a lot, and I'm like, take it off. Yeah, no chorus, please.
Yeah, how is for you? You've been writing some lyrics on previous albums which show some of your concerns, or maybe you address some issues. What was for you maybe on this record something that maybe has put into it, that you put into it?
I think, well, I don't know. The lyrics were written pretty freely on this album.
More freely?
Probably more freely. Just a little, having spent 2 years singing into big venues, which are empty, you can say a lot, and people aren't that stupid, so they can actually understand what you're saying. So I thought I'd express myself more frankly, I guess, lyrically. But there's nothing particular. There's just like, each song is totally different. Some songs are like personal, I hate you and I'd like to express that through a song because otherwise it'll be awkward. Or a lot of it's like stories, like just very specifically told stories, which we didn't really have before. I think it used to be more like a subject and then sort of vaguely talk about the subject.
Can you give an example of one of these brief stories?
Tommy is about a guy getting in Paris. We watched it from the other side of the street. When you go into the sort of like these sex clubs, and they say come in, and then you see them getting kicked out the other side with their wallet missing. So we told a story of that, imagining how exactly it went down for this guy, and it was really fun to just be like, just tell the story in all its lurid detail.
Have you tried to experience it yourself, maybe to get more into the song? Or?
No, we asked the guy how it went, and it didn't sound like something I wanted to do.